Hello and welcome to teacher training of 504 in Eduphoria. As you can tell, I am at the home screen on Eduphoria, and in order to access students, we need to go to Aware. So I'm going to tab into Aware. Now I'm going to hit the student button because that's where we're going to find the information on students. The students that we're going to look at today happens to already be a 504 student, and I know his ID number, so I'm going to go ahead and place it in the search, and then we will click on his name. And up comes all this lovely information on our student. We have his list of classes. We have all of the information that we need about him. This child is at risk. He belongs to a Title I school. He is a 504 student. He's ESL and he's a LEP student. We can go to his testing and view all of the testing and everything that he's had since he's been in GCISD. For this training, we are interested in forms. The forms that we're going to be looking at are his 504 forms. We see tons of these paperwork in here, and you are more than welcome to go to any of these and view the information on this child. The one that we're mainly going to be interested in this training is Form M 504 Accommodation Plan. This is where you're going to find out what you need to know as a teacher for this student. So we're going to come over here and we're going to hit View. Now when we get here, we find the date of the last 504 meeting. We look at all the information of this student that we've been talking about. We look at who was at the last 504 committee member at the last meeting, and then we notice the minutes of the meeting. They talk about what the student, they talk about what was actually discussed in the last 504 meeting. Then we scroll down and we look to see if there's any mitigating measures that are used in this child's 504. It appears that there are none this time. This would be things like, is he on medication, or is there anything that might be necessary in order for him to be successful during the school day. Again, there are no mitigating measures. So then we look down here, again, no mitigating measures. So now we go to page 2. Now this is where you're really going to find the information that you want. This child is in a multi-sensory reading program for dyslexia. Now we get to the accommodations. These are the accommodations that are going to be used in the classroom to make sure he is successful. We have oral administration on tests, extra time for assignments, audio reading app, do not count off for spelling unless it is a spelling test, preferential seating, and participation in a multisensory reading program. This is extremely important, teachers. You have to make sure that you are following all of these accommodations because it is a federal law. Now we come down to testing accommodations. This student will be allowed oral administration, extra time, and frequent breaks. This is on any test that he is being given. So make sure you follow that. Again, it is a federal law. Then we have the date of the meeting. We have the 504 coordinator at the campus. And that's just about everything that you will need to know as a teacher. Now, as I said, you can go and view any of these. As a matter of fact, let's take it one step further and let's look at Teacher Observation Questionnaire for Dyslexia, which is Form Q. This is a form that if you have a student who is going through the evaluation process of 504, you will be asked to complete this questionnaire. And what you'll do is just very quickly go through and answer all of these questions. Now, when you are finished answering these questions, and it looks like this teacher forgot to do this, and this is very important to do, you have to hit save. If you do not hit save, it will not save. And do you notice all these little asterisks? That means it has to be answered. So if it has a red asterisk, if you don't answer that question, it will not save completely. So make sure you do that, okay? All right, I believe that answers all of the questions that we have in Eduphoria for a teacher. Again, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask me. My name is Anita Clayton. I'm the Director of Student Services here at GCISD. My extension is 5640, and please feel free to call me and ask for any help anytime. Thanks, and thanks for viewing this training.